Good morning and welcome back to Ginger's Kitchen. Today I'm doing something very different for my Thanksgiving meal. I'm doing a turducken, but with ground meat. So I hope you enjoy this recipe. I'm making two different versions, one with duck breast and chorizo sausage and one without. Let's get started.
Good day and welcome to Ginger's Kitchen. Well, I had this, what I thought was a simple solution to have a turducken. We had one 2 years ago. It was a small one. It was chorizo sausage with some duck breast wrapped around it, with some chicken breast wrapped around it, and all wrapped with a boneless turkey breast. It was very good and we enjoyed it. But it went up 2.5 times in price, and I thought I had a good idea. I'm using good ground turkey, good ground chicken. I'm using the chorizo sausage, but I'm going to add some stuffing bread cubes because the chorizo sausage I bought is pretty spicy and I want to cut the spice a little. So the plan is to make two
separate loaves or terrines. One is going to be stuffed with duck breast and chorizo sausage, so it's going to be ground turkey, then ground chicken, then chorizo sausage and duck breast. The other one is not going to have duck or the chorizo sausage because I have small grandchildren. Here I have ground turkey.
And I added an egg, some breadcrumbs, and the egg is for moisture, and some seasoning. So your favorite seasoning that you like with turkey. I happen to do a turkey meatloaf, and I happen to have a turkey and chicken seasoning.
To the ground turkey, I've added an egg, seasoned breadcrumbs, dried dill, onion powder, and garlic powder. And I will do the same to the chicken. You're going to be washing your hands a lot. It's not a hard recipe, but it is a messy one.
So in here I have ground turkey. I'm going to roll it out on my silpat. Then I'm going to do the same with the chicken. And then I'm going to put the chorizo mixed with the breadcrumbs and the duck breast in the middle and roll it. And so we're going to get started. So here is the turkey all pressed out onto the silpat. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the chicken. All right, so now I'm mixing the chicken, and I mix the same ingredients. I've got good ground chicken. I bought the best brands I could buy. And this is ground chicken, and it's dried dill, onion powder, garlic powder, and some seasoned breadcrumbs. I only had seasoned breadcrumbs, so I had to use them. So that is what was in the turkey, and that is what is in the chicken. Now I'm going to roll the chicken on top of the turkey. Okay, so now I'm adding the chicken on top of the turkey. And actually, I'm going to use half. I'm going to do 2 terrines, and I'm going to use half the chicken.
So that's a pound of turkey and a half a pound of chicken for each terrine. I said it is a little bit of a messy process, so you have to wash your hands a lot, and I'm keeping everything in the fridge as I go to keep things cold.
I'm keeping everything in the fridge as I go. And now I'm going to mix the chorizo with the stuffing and slice the duck breast. Okay, so here is some chorizo sausage. I decided I'm going to pre-cook that a little bit, and that way I can control how spicy it is too. So I'm going to cook this and then add it to the stuffing. Now you can smell the spice right off of this. I had my son, I made a sausage patty for him because I wanted to know just how spicy was this. So he said it was pretty spicy. So I'm going to add quite a bit of stuffing because I'm going to make one of these with chorizo and one without because I have grandchildren. So very small grandchildren. So they're not going to be able to, they're not going to want the spice. So this is only going in one of the turduckens. Another reason I'm pre-cooking the sausage is it's going to be right in the center. And I am going to tempt this with a meat thermometer, but this is a little different with all the ground meats, so I just want to be safe and make sure everything's thoroughly cooked. And I'm not a professional chef, so you need to do your due diligence to make sure your turducken, if you make this, is fully cooked. So as you can see, I added quite a bit of stuffing cubes because, like I said, this is real spicy, and my family, a couple of them like spice, but a few of them don't, so I'm trying to make it for everyone. And I probably won't use all of this because it's quite a lot, but we'll see. Maybe if I make one with and one without, it'll be okay to use all of it. I just want to make sure that everybody comes to the table satisfied and not having something that they, I mean, you either like spice or you don't. I personally can't handle spice at all. I have some issues that I can't eat spice. So if this was all that was being served, for me, you know, I'd have to pick around it. And that's what I want to try to avoid with family members who don't want the spice.
So you see that I've put the chorizo and stuffing in the middle, and then on top of that, I've put sliced duck breast.
All right, so here we are. And I'm going to use the mat to roll it and then put it in the casserole dish. Okay, here it is. It's all in the pan. It doesn't look perfect. I could shape it better, but I've been washing my hands so much, I think it'll be fine. I'm gonna take a fork and kind of just make it a little bit neater. I've got the oven on 375. I have no idea how long this is gonna take. I'm just gonna have to see, because this is a recipe that came up in my head. I don't know if anybody else has ever done it, but this is my first time and I have no idea how long it's going to take to bake. I'm just going to temp it with a meat thermometer to make sure that we're safe. I have no idea how long it's going to cook. And every oven's different, so you're going to, if you decide to make this, you're going to have to, you know, just be alert and make sure that yours is cooked through. Okay, so here we are again with, it's not a turducken anymore. This is just chicken inside turkey and lightly seasoned, because this is the one probably that the young grandchildren will be eating.
So the seasoned turkey.
And now I'm putting the chicken on top of the turkey. And that was the other half from the other recipe. So everybody gets a little bit of chicken and a little bit of turkey. So I'm going to roll this one like I did the other one, put it in a different dish, put them both in the oven, and we'll see how this all turns out. So here is number 2, a little bit prettier, and they're both going into the oven now. And I'm going to keep an eye on them because I may put a little bit of chicken stock over them
As they bake, because I don't want them to dry out. I want them to stay moist.
So here is the second one. And now, as I do with my turkey meatloaf, turkey can get dry. And this is all white meat turkey and chicken. So I am going to put a couple pieces of bacon on these just to keep it from getting dry.
And make sure that your bacon gets fully cooked on the top as well. This is going to do two things. It's going to give it extra flavor and keep it from getting dry.
Now in the oven.
Well, here is the one without the duck and the chorizo, and that looks delicious. And here is the one that's stuffed with the duck and the chorizo. And I did put, about 30 minutes in, I put some chicken stock over them. See the chorizo and the duck breast stuffed inside? I truly hope it's delicious and my family likes it. So I think this is going to be a hit for this year's Thanksgiving. Thank you for visiting Ginger's Kitchen, and please like and subscribe. And until next time, thank you for watching.